My name is Molly Burkhardt, and I'm the Assistant Director of Strategic Alumni Engagement for the Walter Center, which is the Career Services Office for the College of Arts and Sciences. And today I'm here with Savannah Meslin, who is a French department alumni. She graduated in 2015, and now she is an academic French teacher for Canada's National Ballet School in Canada. And she's here with me today to talk a little bit, answer a few questions about kind of her time at IU and how it's really helped her with her career thus far. So thanks for being here, Savannah.
Of course, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about how you decided to major in French when you were a student at IU.
So for me, it was really, I have my fancy answer and my honest answer. My honest answer was, didn't know what to major in. And I loved French in high school. So I knew that I wanted to continue doing French in some capacity because I was the kid in school. We started in grade 8, I think, at my high school, and I loved it. It was challenging, but I still enjoyed going to classes as opposed to other kids who were like, I don't like foreign language and that kind of thing. But so I knew that I wanted to continue with French. I didn't know what else I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to potentially do more than one major, just to sort of, get my ducks in a row and make sure I had enough on my resume for future jobs and things like that, which I'll get more into later. But it was just something that I enjoyed, and I knew that the department was good at IU, so I decided to continue. That's sort of my true real answer. I just liked it and wanted to keep going with it. So
yeah, I think that's a great reason. So tell me a little bit about kind of what aspects of your degree program have been most beneficial kind of after you graduated, now that you're in your career. So maybe it was a project you worked on, a class you took, something like that.
For sure. So for me, and I know that many other departments and programs at IU also advocate for studying abroad, but studying abroad was probably the most important career move, personal move that I did while I was at IU. For foreign language majors, it's sort of built into the program that it's quite easy to transfer credits and things like that. The study abroad office is great, and all the sort of consulting that they do there is fantastic, and I've never heard of anyone who did not enjoy their time abroad. So for me, that sort of solidified my travel love and my language learning love. And to be honest, it really, I really think that everyone should study abroad, just because it humbles you. Even if it's in sort of a Western culture, it's something that you don't know how people live there, right? You don't grow up there, so you're forced to watch people and learn from people and really, really learn a new way of living. So that sort of global education, I think, was super beneficial for opening all kinds of doors for me. And more specifically, it led me to the TAPIF program, which is the teaching assistant program in France. I did that after I graduated from IU, and I knew, once again, I was kind of thinking, I don't know what my next step is, but I really enjoyed studying abroad. I really want to add, some sort of applied experience to my resume, and going back to France seems like a great idea. And that really gave me sort of the confidence and in my own decision making, and also in terms of things that I liked about the job, things that I didn't like about the job, things that I would like to look for in a future career, and the opposite as well. But I really think that studying abroad was sort of the thing that told me, okay, this is good. It can do nothing but help. It's not going to hurt in any way. So from there it was TAPIF, and then I decided to do a master's. And so it was kind of one thing after the next. But in terms of the program itself at IU, the teachers are great. I mean, the professors are fantastic. Probably everyone in every department says that, but I genuinely loved my professors at IU, and they were just really passionate for their topic. And I took a variety of classes, obviously, literature, linguistics, and all that. But that, especially now, has sort of instilled in me the kind of teacher that I want to be and that I strive to be. So program itself, external programs, all fantastic. And they all sort of helped me to get where I am now, for sure.
Very cool. Just out of curiosity, how long did you study abroad for? Did you just do like a summer or a whole semester, a whole
I was
year?
actually there for a year. Yeah.
Cool.
So I did two different programs, one that was non-IU and one that was through IU,
Okay.
and they were back to back. So yeah, it was one semester in Nantes and then one semester in Aix-en-Provence, and it was fantastic. I mean,
Cool.
loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, what kind of advice would you give to students who maybe they're majoring in French and they're kind of deciding what they want to do with it, or maybe they're even just deciding if they want to major in French, or like, is there anything I can do with this degree? What kind of
Right.
advice would you give them?
Right. So I thought about this question for a while, and I sort of came up with two separate but related answers. So the first part of what I want to say kind of goes off from the first question that you asked, and I think that it is so important to do what you're interested in. I knew I liked French, didn't know what I was going to do with it. I've been hearing my whole life, you can't do anything with French, blah, blah, blah. Not true. The thing that is true about many humanities, languages, arts, it teaches you so many transferable skills, analytical skills, research skills, presentation skills, interview skills, deductive reasoning skills, right? Which is marketable across many, many different fields. And I know that now more and more sort of STEM and corporate types of jobs are taking a second look at people with humanities and saying, maybe we've kind of overlooked these people for a while because they do know how to read data and they do know how to, come up with supported ideas and things like that.
Yeah.
So it is useful. Do something that you love, because if you doing something that you don't like, whether you realize it or not, it'll sort of close off. You won't be as receptive to opportunities, networking, creative endeavors, because if you don't actually find joy in what you're doing, then why would you keep your mind open to that kind of stuff, right? So I definitely think that doing things, French, art, whatever it may be, Spanish, that if it's something that you enjoy and it's something you find challenging and you look forward to working with it, you're going to be fine regardless. But going off of that, I was a super perfectionist in high school. Like, I did the International Baccalaureate program, the AP classes, all of that stuff. And so I was hyper focused on, not making the wrong choice in terms of careers and courses and all that kind of stuff. I have perfectionistic tendencies now, but it's not anywhere near how I was in high school. And so one piece of advice that my dad gave me, of all people, was instead of making the next, like, the perfect career move, just make the next right step for you. And what he meant by that, and what I've, taken that to mean and kind of applied it to my own life, is that we can't plan 5 steps ahead. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 10 years. Exactly. I know sort of what field I want to be in. I know sort of what type of job I want to have, but the specific job, I don't know. And nobody really does. You can't even plan 2 steps ahead. The only thing that you can do is plan the next step. So if the next step seems right for you and it's something that you want to do it. Because the chances are, when you go to that next job, that will open more doors that you didn't realize. And then you'll go to another job and that'll open more doors. And sort of in my personal experience is, I didn't always want to be a high school French teacher. That wasn't my goal. And chances are I won't be a high school French teacher for the rest of my career. I enjoy it right now. TAPIF and IU French and studying abroad all led me here. And so it's kind of a logical next step.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that something else won't open up down the road, right? I also have a master's degree in sociolinguistics. I'm a dancer. I draw. I'm interested in a variety of things. So if I kind of keep my eyes and ears open for things that I enjoy and things that, make me interested to go to work every day, that's the kind of thing that we need to be looking for. So if
Yeah.
you enjoy French and you don't know exactly what you're going to do with it, do it anyway, because chances are something will come along that you didn't even know was there, or it will lead you to another major or something else that you will really, really enjoy and find fulfilling.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think that's great advice. And although I am not a French expert, I feel like I'm kind of doing a similar thing with my career as well. So I think
okay,
that's
yeah,
really good advice,
exactly.
especially for students and young alums. So thank you
Yeah,
so much, Savannah,
of
for
course. Thanks for
taking
asking
time
me.
to sit down with me virtually today. I know it would be more fun if we were in person, but I know the French
Right.
department is excited to use this video and show it
Perfect.
to students and put it on their website. So thank you
Great.
again.
Great. Looking forward to it. Of course. Thank you so much.
Yep. All righty. Thank you.
Welcome.